The Children's Commissioner is calling for thousands of young people to be moved out of state institutional care into Māori or iwi-based care. About two-thirds of the 6,300 children and young people in state care identify as Māori, and the Commissioner says they deserve the right to access care services designed specifically for them. To tell us how this might work, Andrew Becroft, the Children's Commissioner, is with us. Tēnā koe, good morning.
Tēnā koe, Guyon.
You are talking about the closure of these care and protection residences.
Yes, we're talking the large-scale institutions, of which there are 5 in New Zealand, and that's about 80 to 90 children actually. Really, we can do much better. My concern is that when you aggregate children and young people with the most challenging behaviours, the highest risk together, those environments are not a good recipe for enduring rehabilitation. That's the context where much historical abuse has taken place. We think much better to use smaller scale community group homes in the community, and we know that they provide better long-term outcomes.
So just to clarify, there are 5 such residents in New Zealand and there are 80 to 90 children in those 5?
Yes, and there are 4 youth justice residences with about 160 young people. They are clogged with young people on remand. We need community homes where many of those people can be safely contained without a lock-up institution. That in turn would, for instance, reduce the pressure on using adult police cells for solitary confinement for young people. So we can do much better. The Grania Moss-led Oranga Tamariki is moving in that direction. More and more community group homes are being developed. We applaud that. That's got to continue. And, as you said, to do it in partnership with iwi and Māori organisations, given that 2/3 or so of the young people we're talking about are Māori, that's got to be, I think, a starting point and a key principle in what's done.
So if just only up to 100 of these children are in those 5 residences, where are the other 6,200?
And a variety of placements with wider family and foster care or really community group homes run by NGOs. So there's a wide variety of care available. Even better not to be in care. We could do a lot better in strengthening families, and if there needs to be removal, to place children in kin care. And again, that's where iwi and Māori organisations have a huge role to play.
Why are those people there in the first place in those 100 homes? I mean, I know that obviously there's troubled backgrounds. We don't need to go into that. But why have those people been put there rather than in the kinds of care that you're talking about? Why do we do this, I guess, is the question.
Yeah, their behaviour is so high risk and so difficult to manage that either their families won't or can't look after them. What we're saying is that can't be compromised, that degree of expert care, but it doesn't need to be in an aggregated situation where those children are grouped together. Behaviour there is reinforced. Intervention is more difficult. In homes of 2, 3 or 4 children in the communities, we're likely in the short term, it may cost more, but in the long term, it's going to get much better outcomes and save the community and ensure that every child has the most productive opportunities available for them.
Just 30 seconds away from the news, but how quickly could we do this to close these institutions?
Oh, the big care and protection residences, that's a matter of urgency. I think we could do it very quickly, and the trends have already started. And our plea to Oranga Tamariki is to redouble efforts and do all we can to leave that sort of institutionalised care behind, just as we did with orphanages, which are now a relic of the past. I hope we'll be able to consign these residents to history.
Thanks very much for your time. Andrew Becroft there, the Children's Commissioner, who's calling for those residents to be closed.